Hey gang, welcome back to Tin Man Customs, where we're getting started on our next figure, and I am going to be working with this guy right here, and I'm going to turn him into Onyx Primal from the prototype images of the Botcon 2017 set that was proposed. I believe he was going to be one of the add-on packs. But in the concept, the prototype, they had this base figure of Mindwipe, but then they were using the head mold from Sentinel Prime. I don't have an extra Sentinel Prime, so I am going to just do some scope work on the Mindwipe head there, unless I've got another head that looks a little closer to what I'm looking for. But I'll have to look in my mod fodder bin to see. But this Mindwipe was an extra one that I found loose at a toy store. Found him cheap, so that's why I picked him up. These swords here are from the Transformers Prime toy line Wheeljack's pair of his swords. And that came in a box from my friend over at Destiny Toys. She had found just a pile of Transformers and whatnot accessories that she sent on to me, so I am going to use those on this guy. Again, they showed in the concept that he is holding his swords, and I believe they were these swords. He still has his other accessories. Now he should be a pretty straightforward figure. I've not actually looked at him to see how he's going to come apart. Looks like there's a lot of big pins that are at least open and exposed, so hopefully those are going to be easy to pull out. But he's a straight repaint where he's going to be a black and silver. And aside from what I do with the head, there should be no other sculpting. So aside from that, I think I'm going to get started taking this guy apart and working on sculpting this guy's head up. And here he is in all his parts. Got it all painted up black and silver, and now we just need to get him put back together and get some detail paint. Okay, here we are with Onyx Primal, and got him all painted up here. So we've got another Botcon 2017 proposed figure already done. I went with using the Triggerhappy mold for his Titanmaster head simply because I didn't have another version, another copy of the head that came with the Sentinel Prime mold. And I was all right with the Triggerhappy mold. I think he worked out fine. And the color scheme I went with on this guy is the concept art that I had found posted on, I believe the Pete's Robot Convention were the ones that released all the concept art and the photos of the prototypes at his convention. But I went with this color scheme, and in this image, to me, it looked more like he was silver and black as opposed to the white and black that was shown in the physical prototype. I also liked the way his chest was painted up because it mimicked the original toy, which was based on the Optimus Primal bat toy. And see, I believe the Onyx Primal that was released was done in black and white, and it was just a repaint of the original Beast Wars Bat Optimus Primal figure. But as I said, looking at that concept art, I really like the idea of doing a black and silver and using more of this, the way the chest was painted here, because this mimicked the bat head that was on the chest of the Optimus Primal toy. So that's what I went with, and I used Rust-oleum paints for the silver and the black on this. just trying out they were paints that I already had in my pile of paints for other projects. They weren't originally used for figures, but I figured I'd try them out on this because I had said in a previous video that I was having trouble with my Tamiya brand spray paints. So just trying out something new, see how well it works, and I'm pretty pleased with the way they turned out. The rubbery bits on him were they weren't drying very well with the Rust-oleum, so I ended up using a clear coat, just a clear coat on him, a gloss clear coat. The paints were also gloss. And they dried out pretty well. There's still maybe a few spots that are a little sticky on some of the hinges, but overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way this guy turned out. Not too bad at all. The swords, like I had said earlier in the video, these are just from the Transformers Prime series Wheeljack figure, and they came with a pile of weapons I had received from a friend of mine over at Destiny Toys, and just sanded down the pommels a little on it so it would fit in his hands now that he's got paint on there. Everything still moves pretty well, and the joints were already loose enough on the figure that I didn't run into a lot of wear and tear. Just there, you can see a little bit of that purple sticking through there, and I might fix that up, paint that back silver, and hit it with some nail polish or something. The gold is, I'll put a link down below of any of the paints I used. It's I'm trying to think what brand. It was another just simple gold that I found at Michael's, actually, and it held up pretty well. Everything still moves. Did a little bit of silver airbrush, not airbrush, but dry brush in on the wings and the ears of the bat. Let's see more of that in the beast mode. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and get him transformed up. I don't think there's anything else to really show off here. Maybe the Titanmaster. Just pulled in some of the colors from his robot mode. I don't think we're going to get good lighting here. Maybe we can zoom in a little. There he is. Just a lot of the silver and the black. Nothing too exciting there. And I'm not really sure who his Titanmaster was supposed to be named. We're going to stick him over there, and we're going to go ahead and transform this guy. In bat mode. He's I guess he's supposed to be a vampire bat, and the weapons stow nicely here next to his little bat hands and claws, which were painted in gray. And I tried using, again, a translucent black paint that I have, I believe it's translucent smoke, but with the magenta color of this plate, it did not coat very well and looked actually pretty poor. So he ended up getting a coat of just black over it, and panel still opens. The figure can fit in, although it's an incredibly tight fit now, but I'm not going to bother trying to stuff him in there just for the sake of this video. But he'll go in there. It's a tight fit. And turn around. You see some of the silver on that. A little bit of yellow on the eyes for the bat. Silver teeth, red mouth, and there he is. And once again, you can feel a little slight bit of stickiness on some of this. Might need another hit with the clear coat, but the clear coat worked really well on the head, so you don't get any stickiness there on his head. And you can see a little damage right there, but those are things that can fix up. Not any problem there. But there he is in his beast mode with his little Titanmaster partner. If you prefer to use the weapons that came with him, they still work. They got a coat of black paint there. Use some of the gold trim on there and silver for the claws. So that's still an option, but I went with the swords because that mimics the original toy, having the two sabers that could store in the wings. So there he is, and with that I'm gonna pop him back into robot mode for a final look at him. So there you have him, gang. He's all finished up. That's our final look, and let me know what you think down below, and you'll be able to see some links below for any of the paint colors that I used on him. And give me a like, comment, and subscribe if you really like what you see there. You can follow along for behind the scenes looks on Instagram at tinman_customs. And as always, thanks for stopping by and taking a look at things, and I'm going to get back to work on my next custom.